I'm here to talk about Google Translate with the Google in the Classroom series of Module 9, W520. And Google Translate actually translates in 58 different languages. And there's forwards and backwards translation with Google Translate. You can pick your language of origin and then pick your language to translate to. So there's quite a lot of options available with Google Translate. In order to get into Google Translate, you would just type Google Translate in your web browser here, and Google Translate website would come up. Once you're into Google Translate, there's several features. First of all, you would select the language that you're originating, whether it be English, Spanish, French, or the 55 other languages. You can select detect language, which Google would detect that language that you're typing. You wouldn't have to make the selection. And then you would type your text here. You also could copy and paste a larger selection of text from another document, or I believe a PDF document as well. And then you would go over here and pick your language that you want your original text to be translated into. And again, there's 58 different options. Well, actually 57 if you discount the original language. And then your translation would actually come up here. So if I was in Google Translate, I may type a question. Well, let's just pick English as the original language. And say if I was down in Mexico and I wanted to translate into Spanish, I would just select the Spanish language, and the translation comes up automatically. So even as you're typing, it will actually appear. So if you're out on holiday, if your students perhaps are looking at another country and they're trying to put together some information for a presentation, if they're wanting to do some historical studies of different places like Greece or perhaps ancient Rome and Italy, and they find um, a place and they want to translate that place back into English, this would be a useful tool. And again, you can select the different languages. Say I'm in Russia and I want to go to the beach. There's the Russian as well. So another option, of course, there's the different things there. There's my Spanish language. Of course, you can go in Swedish as well. Um, how does Google Translate actually work? Well, there's two different options. You can get Google Translate for your handheld, your iPad or your iPod Touch or your iPhone or another Android device. It will translate text. You can move documents into Google Translate and it will do that as well. You can have handwritten script for some of the different options with handhelds now. Or you can actually use the microphone on your handheld and have conversations. So you can actually speak and it will translate or give you the translation. Or if you encounter somebody who is speaking another language that you'd like to know what they're talking about, you could hold the handheld up to them. Say if you have a parent come in and they don't speak English, you can have this with your conversation and try to get an idea of the essence of the conversation. Also, from your computer, you can also do texts or you can actually upload documents into your Google Translate. Another feature of Google Translate is the Translator Toolkit. In order to use the toolkit, you have to have a Google account through Google Gmail. This is quite an interesting thing here. If I click on the Google Translate Toolkit, it takes me to a page that looks very similar. If you have a Google account already, you sort of know what this looks like. Um, and you can upload documents, and these can be quite large documents. They can be maybe a newsletter that you want to send home and translate for a student of yours. It can be a parent permission slip to go on a field trip. Anything that you already have in document form on your computer, you can actually upload it. So you just simply click the upload button, and it comes to this page. It will ask you to add content to be translated. It will also ask you what language you would like to translate into. So you click a language, say French. Then you click the next button. It tells you also here the types of documents or content that can be actually uploaded and translated. HTML, Microsoft Word documents, open document text, YouTube video captions. There's a whole wide range of different things that you can actually upload for content to be translated by Google Translate. So this would be quite helpful if a student of yours in class is using a YouTube video, but it's in Russian, or if it's in Romanian, and they want to get an idea of what it is. It will actually translate those captions in the YouTube video. So it's quite useful. Once I click next, it's going to take my content, and it's going to come up with this page here. These are different vendors that will actually translate your content, whether it's a document or something else, for you. So you can click on either one to start an order with that vendor. Of course, the prices are listed here. You can pay with your credit card or a PayPal account if you have a PayPal account. Or you can just say no thanks. I'll translate it myself or have a friend help me. So if you don't want to pay for the services, you can always just say no thanks. I clicked no thanks because I did not want my document translated. Once you do that, or you have your document translated, it comes up in a folder in your translator toolkit in Google Translate. And you can see here the actual document that I uploaded for the demonstration. It's a vocabulary list of words. 0% complete means I did not translate any, ever have a vendor translate it. So you can keep track of your different documents, content that's in your toolkit. You can refer back to those later, and that's quite handy as well. Uses of translator in the classroom. Simple translations in foreign language classes. This is quite helpful, especially for maybe like Spanish 1 or French 1 when you're just starting to learn vocabulary. It'd be quite helpful. Also, ESL and ELL classes could use Google Translator to help them in their everyday studies. It could be a supplement for a study of different countries. Like I said before, if you're doing a big project or looking at regional studies of different countries, could come in quite handy as far as naming locations and getting the meaning of different locations through your studies. You could use it for communication with parents, emails, letters home, newsletters, permission slips, things like that can be translated into 58 different languages. You could translate quizzes and tests. I know in my class I have several ELL students, and we translate their tests into Spanish. They must take the test in English, but they can refer to the Spanish version to assist them with their answers. So they're getting that supplement of a foreign language help and a benefit, but at the same time they're also being encouraged to complete assignments in the English translation. You can translate existing documents and assignments into another language. And finally, you can extend language learning through language class, social studies, science, with looking up root meanings of words and tracing their origins back to Latin or some other language. You can look at prefixes, suffixes, and it gives you a whole wide variety and range there as well. So that's about it for Google Translate. It's a very useful tool in the classroom. I've used it several times, and it's very nice.